Morning, Rosh Chodesh Tov. Today we want to say halacha in regarding so if one has to use the restroom, Ben, Baruch Shamar, and Yishtabach, if you are right now in the middle of Pesukei de Zimra and you have to use the restroom, when you come out, can you say Asher Yatzar between Pesukei de Zimra, or do you have to wait until after you finish Yishtabach? Says the Mishnah Berurah Sivkat Nechet, you are allowed to bless Asher Yatzar after you took care of your needs between Baruch Shamar and Yishtabach. However, Rabotai, the opinion of the Orli Tzion and Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shlita, he says it is preferable to push it off until after Yishtabach, unless you know that by the time Yishtabach is going to come, you're going to forget to bless the blessing of Asher Yatzar. Then we're going to tell you should even go ahead and bless the blessing in Pesukei de Zimra. So therefore, halacha l'maaseh rabotai, you are allowed to bless Asher Yatzar in the middle of Pesukei de Zimra, but it is better to push it off until after Yishtabach, of course, before you say Baruch Hu. In the Sefer Ein Lamo Michshol, he brings down over here a story in the Gemara Masechet Nedarim Daf Memtet Amud Bet, where Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Yehuda, they were eating daisa. Rabotai, I don't have to explain what daisa is. It's like a type of an oatmeal, right? It's like more like a kasher. So Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Yehuda, they were both eating from this daisa from one plate. You know, you have a serving plate that everybody gets served. One of them was eating the daisa with his hands. And one of them was eating the daisa with a spoon. The one that was eating with the spoon, he was telling the one that was eating with the fingers, until how long are you going to feed me your number two? Rabotai, what's Peshat number two? Rabotai, To'ah does not mean mamash number two. If you pay close attention, underneath your fingernails, there's a lot of sweat, a lot of dirt, a lot of infection, germs, everything goes. If you guys ever pay attention, when you have long nails, you'll see sometimes it can even be black underneath. That, Rabotai, is called To'ah. So when you have a person, he goes and he takes his hand, I don't know, say they eat plov, bach, you know, you want to eat something with your hands, it's a very big problem. You go like this, Rabotai, all the germs, all the infection, everything goes into the food. And the Mahem Osim Yonatan, they say to the Domot, Gir Adasima. Adasima, that's what they say it? Yeah? Rabotai, it's a problem. So he says, how long are you going to feed me basically your dirt underneath your nails? So Rabotai, listen what he answered him. Amalo oto shachal be'etzba'ot, ad matai atam ma'achaleni rokecha. How long are you going to be feeding me your spit? Why? He says, Shahaya noten et akav bipiv, because you would put the spoon in your mouth, v'yanit bag rokoshe bipiv lekaf. The spit would go back onto the spoon, ולאחר מכן היה נתונו לקרן, and afterwards you would put it back into the plate. So he had a claim on him and he had a claim on him. Rabotai, from this Gemara Masechet Sanhedrin in Daf Memtet Amud Bet, halacha is going to be kasher magishim l'shulchan tzalachot markeziyot shel ochel. When they give you serving plates, big plates, when it comes for everybody, yesh lizaher shelo lahachnis et hakav et hamazdak sheochel bahem. You have to be careful not to put in the spoon or the fork that you are eating with them. You put it into your mouth and then you put it back in. Rabotai, that's not good. That's not good. You ever see this? When they bring you a plate, so you have your side, correct? Forget about putting your own spoon into the spot over here at least. What do? They put the spoon and they take it from your side. Yeah? Rabotai, it's not their cheretz. So he says you have to be careful not to put the spoon or the fork, which you put in your mouth, back into the plate. Why? Because you have on the spoon a little bit spit from the mouth. וישנם אנשים שנגעלים לאכול מאותו מאכל. Rabotai, you have people that they're disgusted to be able to go out and eat that food. You know that in the Shulchan Aruch in Simon Kuf Ayin, they say over there if a person drinks water, correct? A lot of times it happens when you do Kiddush. It's one thing if it's your family, but it's another thing if it's strange people. What do? You start giving the cup, you start passing it over, correct? You know what the Mishnah Berurah brings down over there? You have certain people that are called germophobes. Istinus is called. If they know that your spit was there, they're not going to be able to drink it. They can't. You have certain people that when it comes to eating from their own wife, they're not going to be able to eat it from the spoon, from the food, whatever it might be. But to kiss it is not a problem. It's something in the brain. But Rabotai, listen what the Mishnah Berurah says. He says a person who's disgusted, who's a germaphobe, and he knows that there's spit over there, and now you gave it to him, and now he's uncomfortable and he drank it, you should know his life could become in danger, he can die. Because it's all in the mind, Rabotai. He's going to think that it's like poison, it's going to kill him, Chas v'Shalom. It's a very scary Mishnah Berurah, by the way. So that's what he says over here, Rabotai. It's similar concept over here. If you're going to put your spoon back inside, who's going to want to eat? Nobody's going to want to eat after you. And then you say, take. How can I take after what you did? Rabotai, in a certain place, you know, they have a, the food like this. Buffet, yeah, so they have, Rabotai, you have people that go over okay, take on your plate and move on. No, first they have to try it so now they're old, especially if you have a beard, and who knows what is inside the beard, and Rabotai, not over the food. Take it and move on. But it's common sense, but it's not common for people. He says over here, Rabotai, this happens very much when you're sitting in halls. And you want to now bring down salad or foods onto your plate. So what do? You take that same fork, the same spoon, and you bring with that the salad into your plate. That's a problem. I personally, I'm not going to be able to eat from it. Then you have to be careful to either use a spoon or a fork that you did not eat from it. You did not. In order for you not to cause other people not to eat from that food because, Rabotai, you made it for them repulsive to eat. A lot of times when I invite people again, Rabotai, it's one thing if it's your own family. It's a different thing when you have other people, you don't know what each one has. There's a whole halakha that says in the Shulchan Aruch, it's in Kuf Ayin also, the halakha chaf, all the way towards the end. Rabotai, when you do Kiddush, you're in somebody's house when you do Kiddush, correct? It's preferably you shouldn't drink from his cup. Drink from your own cup. Make yourself a Kiddush. You know why? Because Lolin Rabotai, nobody knows what kind of sickness a person has inside. He doesn't know. Forget about you. He doesn't know. So when he drinks, he could go inside, and it can transfer over to you. It's not a joke, Rabotai. So you have to be very careful. Therefore, whenever you're sitting in the house, what I tell my wife always to do, whenever there's strange people or a lot of people, sometimes, Rabotai, put serving salad spoons, put each one into the salad so people can know, because you're not going to tell everybody, tell them, put spoon for this salad, spoon for that salad. This way, Rabotai, you're not going to have this whole problem. It's also important, Rabotai, this way you're going to be able to educate your kids in derech eretz. If you guys you ever eat techina? You ever eat matbucha? You take the spoon of matbucha, you dip it inside there, you eat it. And then you take that same spoon and you put it into the techina. What do you have in the techina now? Matbucha. You're going to be able to eat it, Avram? It's disgusting, Rabotai. All of these things are a very big problem. That's why we have to be careful, Rabotai, to try to use different spoons and try to also be careful about other people's feelings when it comes to even eating. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen. Amen. Rabbi Chanan ben Ekashom Baruch Hu.